Hi everyone, welcome along to another edition of In the Box Seat. My name is Mark Liddymore. We'll be bringing you all the latest in industry news right across South Australia. Plus we'll be providing the tips along the way for the Wednesday matinee program, also the Thursday night card here at Angle Park. Our interview today is with Jude Hurley. Jude puts the polish on a couple, well, along with husband Peter, puts the polish on a couple of greyhounds in Emily Bell and also Emily Charmer, just to name a few. So we'll be chatting to Jude Hurley later on in the show. First of all, let's have a look at the Wednesday program here on Sky Racing 2, a 10-race program at Angle Park. The first of our specials comes up here in race 9, number 1, Cooker Cash. Now, Cooker Cash did the job for us here last week, getting up at $5.10. Hopefully it can repeat the dose. Has had the 2 race starts for 1 win and 1 placing here at Angle Park. So look out for Cooker Cash in race 9. And our other special comes up in race 10. It is number 8, Jimmy Bothing. Now, Jimmy Bothing is trained by Troy Murray, returned to the winner's circle here at Angle Park last Thursday night in 30 and 15, winning by 8 lengths. It's in the twilight of its career, however, 3.5 years of age, but did return to good form last week. Look out for Jimmy Bothing in race 10 here at Angle Park on Wednesday. The Honey's Hot Tips for our Thursday night program. First of all, we go to race 4. It is number 1, Manyara Bale. It's got a very good record over the 600 Manyara Bale. Has won 4 races over the track and journey. Trained by Sean Matcott. Looks hard to beat in race 4, number 1. The first 4 combination there is 1 from 4, 5 and 8. And the other Honey's Hot Tips comes up in race 5. It is number 3, Wickener. Trained by Kieran Corby, of course won the Champion Puppy Final earlier on this year. Was a solid heat winner in the Brian Johnston Memorial. 29.77, has won 8 from 12 overall. Its semi-final run was very impressive. Looks to be very hard to beat in the semi-final, I should say. Look out for Wickener in race 5. Honky Tonk Girl looks to be the main danger there, but if Wickener steals a march on Honky Tonk Girl early, I'd expect it to go on with the job. So look out for Wickener here in race 5 on Thursday night. And our first 4 combination there is 3 from 2, 7 and 1. Well, what's coming up in South Australia this weekend? We go to the Riverland on Saturday afternoon at Barmera. They've got a non-TAB meeting there on the 27th of November. And at Port Pirie, the Twilight meeting there is on Sunday, the 28th of November. Usually a 10-race program there at Phoenix Park, Port Pirie in the Twilight Zone on Sunday. Racing on a national basis now, we look to Dapto, and Dapto running the Country Winnebago Puppy Classic over the 520 metres. That series commencing on the 25th of November. The final to be decided on the 9th of December. That's a $50,000 final. Greyhounds sold at the 2009 Dapto auction are eligible for that series there at Dapto in New South Wales. The Brisbane Cup, sponsored by Sky Racing, is on at Albion Park. That series commencing on the 25th of November. That final to be decided on Thursday week, the 2nd of December. That final is a Group 1 race worth $55,000. We go to Wentworth Park in New South Wales, the Summer Cup Series run there over the 720 metres for the stayers. That series commencing this week on the 27th of November. That's on Saturday night. The final is on the following Saturday, the 4th of December. That's worth $25,000. Coming up in South Australia, the Brian Johnston Memorial Series is continuing. We've got the semi-finals on this week, the 2 semi-finals after the heats were run here last week at Angle Park. That final is worth $20,750 to be decided here on Thursday week, the 2nd of December. That's the Brian Johnston Memorial. And finally, our In the Box Seat selection for this Thursday night comes up in race 3. It is number 1, Blue to You, trained by Kim Johnston. Blue to You has won 3 of its last 4 starts here at the track and journey, winning by 4.5 lengths at its latest outing, going 30.08. So looks to have the time on the board. Look out for Blue to You, race 3, number 1. That's our In the Box Seat selection for Thursday night. Well, it's time to introduce our special guest on In the Box Seat this week. It is one half of the training combination of the Hurleys. The Emily name is a synonymous name with the Greyhounds here in South Australia. Prepared by Peter and Judy Hurley. Well, we've got one half of the combination here this afternoon. It is Judy Hurley. We welcome her along to the set of In the Box Seat. So thanks for joining us.
That's okay. Thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. Well, first of all, Emily, where does that come from, that name?
Okay, when we bought the property where we are now, my daughter and her husband were partnerships, and their last name was Emery, and we're Hurley. And because Peter and I can never agree on a name, he comes up with some stupid ones, and he says I do. We decided that we would prefix the name Emily, so it became Emily, and all of our dogs have got the prefix Emily as well. So it was a mixture of Emery and Hurley.
Okay. Now your place is called Emily Park. It's a thriving business down there at the moment, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Well, which part? We trial, of course, publicly trial for people on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I also do a few breaking in, not a lot, but I also breed and rear for ourselves and for a few other people as well. So yeah, and I've got 2 litters on the way and another one that's due to be mated very shortly. So a few more Emilys on their way.
You breed a lot of them along the way, don't you? You've had a fair bit of success too. Emily Carlos was probably one of your best performers over the past few years.
Yes, he certainly was. He started off, I think, with he was very good to us as well. Won the Group 3 here, and and we had a bit of stint with him interstate. But don't always get the box draw you need. But still, he was a very, very good dog, and we've used him actually at stud. We've got a few litters from him as well. So yeah, we're hoping that comes on. We've had a few, as I said, quite a few good ones along the way, and I had a good mentor in a person called Gail Brown, who reared Kate's a Scandal and did a lot of breeding here in South Australia, and I've picked up a lot from Gail and Kevin, and I've used the philosophy that she had: you feed them hard and work them hard.
Were there any other favourite greyhounds along the way from the kennel?
Carlos was really good. Carlos's sister, Emily Regal, and Emily Shine were both. Emily Shine has now got a litter on the ground, but we lost Emily Regal. But Emily Shine, a few others. Let me see, Emily Who, which is Betty. Of course, she's a bit of a favourite as well. And Bill, Charmer, they've been quite good. And now, of course, we've got the Cruiser, Emily Cruiser, and those coming along as well. So, yeah,
Okay, we'll switch to the modern day now. You've got Emily Charmer and Emily Bell. They're probably 2 of your best ones going around at the moment.
Yes.
Emily Bell's had a bit of a checkered career. It was the greyhound that actually got on the inside of the track here and ran to the light pole at that time.
Yeah.
Came out of it okay though.
Yes, I think, but it didn't help her confidence. That's the main thing I think with young bitches, that you just have to be careful with. She seems to have a sign on her head that says "whack me." She started off really, really well. Was a sub 30-second winner, and then had a couple of falls and had a bit of trouble with a metacarpal, which we had that fixed, and then had that horrendous fall here. As I said, she fell in the back straight. She's mad, and she saw the dogs coming up the home straight behind the lure and said, "Well, there they are." So jumped the inside running rail and then coursed them, of course, and went straight into the light pole. We found that she'd lost her confidence here, so we actually sent her over to Dave Knocker in Victoria, and she was sort of trialling the house down over there. But the trouble was, every time she went in a race, she also got hit as well. So we decided at last start she ended up with 3 stitches in her leg. So we decided we'd bring her home, and hopefully she's going well. She's in tonight, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed.
And Emily Charmer seems to be going okay. She's gone through the grades nicely as well.
Yes, that's her sister, and she's only 24 kilos, a little pocket dynamite. But no, she's been very good as well. That's Sarah. She's a sweetie, and tries hard, good, honest little performer. But I don't like it when they give me box 1. I don't want box 1. She seems to go up with the lids and then falls on her nose. And of course, she's got box 1 on Thursday night. But anyway, we'll see. She's a good trier, and look, she's not up to the top calibre, but she's a good trier and she's a good, honest performer. So,
Emily, who must be a favourite? Still going around?
Yeah, Betty Boo. Betty will be finishing at the end of the year. We've decided to keep her. She doesn't particularly like the shape of Angle Park, but she loves Gawler. So, she's been a really good... She's had about 110 or 111 starts or something, and 23 wins and a whole heap of placings. And she's been a really good, honest performer. I think probably one of the better Texas Golds that run around the place.
Right. Okay, well, Peter and you put the polish on most of the dogs. Peter keeps a low profile these days. You don't see him at the track too often.
Yeah, he said he doesn't need 2 mouths in the place, so I gather he's assuming that I'm one of them. But he tends to stay home. He feeds his other dogs at home and keeps an eye on all the others, especially when now the weather's getting hotter with the youngsters, when digging in their water and tipping it out. So, he tends to be more of a person that wants to stay home and work on the dogs at home, so he sends me off to the track.
Any other greyhounds coming along that the punters can watch out for in the near future?
I've got a few that we're just breaking in the moment. There's a little white bitch that we've got, an Emily Carlos, Emily Chant, They were both sub 30 seconds here at Angle Park, both 29.5 dogs. So we've got a white one out of that mixture. And I'm hoping I get the name Emily Capers. So that's her. And then I've got another black dog that we're just actually breaking in at the moment, which is a Flying Penske Vilify. And he looks like he's going to make the grade as well. So, yeah.
Okay, well, Jude, good luck with those, and good luck with Emily Charmer and also Emily Bell this week at Angle Park as well. Thanks for joining us.
It's okay. Thank you very much for having me. Okay.
That was Judy Hurley, one half of the Peter Hurley-Judy Hurley combination, which puts the polish on Emily Charmer and Emily Bell, plus a number of Emily Greyhounds going around here in South Australia at the moment. That just about tidies up another show for another week here on In the Box Seat. If you want to see the latest edition, just simply click onto the links on the Greyhound Racing website, the grsa.com.au website. Follow the links to In the Box Seat with Mark Liddymore, and you'll see the latest version of this show, which comes out every Tuesday afternoon. So until next week, happy punting, everyone.